From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Election season is about to descend on British Columbia with the three main parties jockeying for position. Only one of the leaders, Green Party leader Sonia Furstenau, has experience running in a provincial election for the Premier's job. John Rustad was acclaimed as the leader of the BC Conservatives last year, while the NDP's David Eby took over the job from former Premier John Horgan almost 2 years ago. The search for solutions to homelessness and the overdose crisis are expected to be critical issues in the campaign. Ontario's Progressive Conservatives won a provincial by-election in Eastern Ontario, holding on to a seat previously held by a popular cabinet minister. Tyler Alsop won in Bay of Quinte with about 39% of the vote, while the Liberal challenger had 33%. Now, Thursday's by-election had a quick turnaround, taking place just a month after Cabinet Minister Todd Smith resigned the seat. Smith had won 4 successive elections in the region, securing nearly 50% of the vote in the last 2 elections. Canadians who have been linked to an alleged Russian influencer operation will be asked to testify on Parliament Hill.
The Public Safety and National Security Committee voted unanimously to investigate the alleged Russian ploy to dupe right-wing influencers into sowing division among Americans. A U.S. indictment does not explicitly mention them, but its details match up with Tenet Media. That company was founded by Canadian Lauren Chen and her husband, Liam Donovan. The committee will invite them, as well as Tenet Media personality Lauren Southern, to testify. The MPs also want to hear from civil society representatives and disinformation experts. Jason White, The Canadian Press.
More than 100 tenants who challenged their landlord over unfixed problems and higher rental costs have come out on top of at least one of their grievances. Ontario's Landlord and Tenant Board agreed with the York Southwestern Tenants Union and ordered the group's corporate landlords, Barney River Investments, to do the urgent repairs. The group's founder, Chiara Padovani, told the cheering crowd who gathered on the lawn outside both buildings that the win wouldn't have been possible without tenant mobilization.
Let me tell you, when tenants just like you, come together, organize together, celebrate together, eat together, and work together, we win.
However, the matter of the above-guideline rent increases remains unsettled at present. And finally, as torrential rains sweep through Central and West Africa, floods have killed more than 1,000 people. Officials say hundreds of thousands more have also been displaced across the region. Earlier this month, the World Meteorological Organization suggested that Africa was among the most vulnerable to extreme weather events. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Aaron Rodgers tossed 2 touchdown passes in a superb homecoming performance as New York's defense was dominant and the Jets rolled to a 24-3 victory over the New England Patriots. Over to the Toronto Blue Jays now, where pitcher Kevin Gausman had to exit the game with lower back tightness, but not before getting his 13th win with 6 strikeouts and 1 walk en route to a 4-0 Toronto victory over the Texas Rangers. The New York Mets have scored 10 runs in 3 straight games for the first time in their 63-season history with a 10-6 victory over the Philadelphia Phillies. A 2-run double with 2 outs in the 8th inning helped to lift the Houston Astros to a 3-1 win over the Los Angeles Angels. And the Chicago Cubs topped the Washington Nationals 7-6, staving off elimination from the postseason. Joey Gallo hitting a 3-run home run for Washington, which has dropped 4 straight. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.